So we're heading into the second liberation rite. I think I will put Jodariel up for a liberation. The time has come for your second liberation rite to commence. You observe the lone minstrel and Volfred speaking in hushed tones but cannot sense the topic or the tone. Then Volfred looks up at you. I trust that you are feeling as prepared as possible, my girl. Each rite is consequential to our journey in its own respect, though these liberation rites have a more immediate effect. It's somewhat crass, however. I've gone and estimated by how much each of our companions may contribute to the outcome of our plan, should they be liberated here. Factors such as their previous occupation, innate tendency to lead, and oratory skill contributed to my assessment. It's nothing personal, for we are all in this together. Besides, we all ought to return in time if possible. Know simply that for each one of us who goes in so doing, he or she shall raise our total chances of success. Reader, madame, this night you shall confront the Essence. They have already appointed Tamitha to be liberated, should they manage to prevail. Who are the Essence again? Oh, the Harpies. Okay. We all have faith in you, my girl, and lo, even the stars agree on this account. I will probably send Tamitha then. I'm not going to make it more difficult. At the start of this rite, your adversary is partial, automatically gain plus 30. Yeah, I'm not sure how difficult it's going to be, so let's just play through normally.
The Nightwings have returned unto the fall of Solium, at which the scribes first formed their sacred union. At stake this night is freedom and prosperity. But only for one exile who prevails in this liberation rite. Your many adversaries all did strive to earn this opportunity. 'Twas the Essence which earned it. Who shall be absolved is up to all of you.
The pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then anointed one of the Essence, come forth now and declare yourself and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. Tamitha swoops down from somewhere and unfastens her mask. I'm known as Tamitha Thane. I mean to return to my ancestral home and properly resume my responsibilities as flight tactician of the High Wing Remnants. Our long stalemate against the Commonwealth shall soon be ended. Should I and several of my sisters manage to rejoin our clan, then our vengeance shall be swift and thorough. Your quarrel with the country that cast you into exile is beneath the notice of the scribes. Tamitha Thane, here you shall be judged under the stars. My quarrel with the Commonwealth is all that gave me and my sisters strength enough to reach this point. The scribes ought well take heed of how my people suffer. We are not weaklings anymore, like your Triester Tithys. We should not fall in line with flightless fools in their naked attempts to subsume our heritage, our culture. Speak not again thus of the saint, or you shall be expelled, Tamitha. Tamitha scoffs and then turns her attention toward your side. And Nightwings, as for you, the fury we shall eminently show is nothing in comparison to the hatred growing for your Commonwealth in the mountains on the other side. She signals to her sisters to ready themselves. You seek your freedom, but there shall be nothing save for devastation should you manage to return. Okay, they get plus 25 to the pyre. Now then, have the Nightwings reached a decision on whose behalf they shall conduct the liberation rite? Reader, I am bound to tell you once more, the first companion whom you choose shall go free this very night, if you prevail. Only the enlightened may be thus anointed. Not all among you may yet be ready. The other two chosen for the triumvirate shall lend their aid. Nightwings, make your decision.
Who would you set free?
Okay, so we get to choose Hedwyn, Tizo, Tamitha. I guess Hedwyn is the most worthy. Let's anoint him.
Hedwyn.
It's my shot to go free, but I just can't leave the rest of you.
Who shall stand with him?
Jodie. I think Jodie might be a bit slow. I kind of wanted to send her out for liberation. Let's bring Tizo. He's very, very quick. Shrak. Oh, Skrak. Tizo seems very determined to support Hedwyn. Very good. And let's bring Tamitha, maybe? She's fighting against her old clan. Sure, let's get him out of here then.
It is done.
One final obstacle to overcome. Here I can soar again above your Commonwealth. Such destruction I shall rain upon it soon, but first let us dance this final time. Okay. this. Ooh, that was close. We've got the extra Pyre strength. As the Liberation Rite continues, he sends Panther reaching out to you, perhaps just reaching out to anyone at all. Reader, someone please. Let her prevail, please let her prevail, hear this once. If this thought makes me a traitor, so be it, but please let Tamitha prevail, for she is here wrapped up in all of this because of me. The plea trails off, and Tamitha remains steadfast, all her attention focused on the Liberation Rite, and as for Tamitha. Prepare yourselves, Nightwings, and as for you, Tamitha, I await the outcome of this night, for I shall soon ensure that I may never have to see your smirking countenance again. Oh, come on. I don't know how she got past Panther there, because, okay, good job, Tizo. Oof, okay. Slowly making progress here. Hark now, my sisters, damn what the book says. Advance to strike formation, prevail here against these wretches, no matter the cost. In disregard for the ways of the Rites, Tamitha Thane has ordered her triumvirate to push further afield, adopting an even more aggressive stance for the remainder of this rite. Is that fair? That's not fair, is it? Ah! No, no! I'm stuck. No, that's not fair. I got stuck down there. Okay, whew. We did manage to stop him scoring. Ooh, okay. So far so good. Down to 35 points. Oh no, I should have just done the dash. No. Oh my goodness. I should have done the dash for Tizo and not the...
A bit of a blunder. Empire weakens.
Okay, 15 left.
Now end the ceremony. Oh.
Come on, Tizo. Yes. Woohoo! There it is. Whew, that was a tough match.
The Nightwings proved their worth. Rather convincingly, I must admit.
I feel like it was a tough match.
Thus ends the Liberation Rite. And thus the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free. Absolved of all misdeeds. Return to glory in the Commonwealth. His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Damn you for this, Panther. All of this because of you. We did it. Then I guess that means I have to go. I broke my vow to her that we would all go free together. Reader, my friend, why would you do this? Will you ever forgive me? Fikani, wait for me. Wait for me. He remained silent for a moment longer, then. Listen to me, all of you. I will not forget this. If there is anything at all that I can do back on the other side to help the rest of you, then I'm going to find it. And I'm going to do it. And at the very least, I'll do everything I can to make sure that by the time more of you come join me back at home, that it'll be a better place for all of us. Look, I don't have long now, so just thank you, all of you. I won't forget this. Then he plunges outside into the shimmer pool. His voice is audible but growing faint. It's happening. Goodbye, my friends. Rita, everyone, goodbye until we see each other. Hedwyn earned back his freedom.
Godspeed, Hedwyn. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
Tizo is leveled up. Tizo gives thanks to Herb the Swallow for watching over and protecting him. Okay, we can choose the final mastery here. Tizo deals an additional 10 when dousing the adversary's Pyre. Or we've got, after casting his implode ability, Tizo returns much faster than usual. Let's give the plus 10. So he now has 25 glory, that's brilliant. Pamatha has leveled up as well. Good times I need to say thanks for having me along on this strange little journey of yours, Rita darling. So we've got, after saluting her adversaries, Pamatha instantly switches places with her nearest ally. Okay. Pamatha permanently gains plus 8 quickness, making her move much faster. Let's give her plus 8 quickness. Almost doubles her quickness.
Until the turning of the stars, farewell.
Well, Pamatha, truly did you get the best of me again. Know that your actions put our sisters on the other side in even greater peril. Not that you care, of course. Yet I'm certain that they shall someday prevail, with or without my aid. To think that I was born to share blood of someone such as you. You return to the wagon after having prevailed against the Essence in the Liberation Rite. Kreru! Tizo wishes Hedwyn a safe journey home. At least someone got out of here. You succeeded in liberating Hedwyn, who returned to the Commonwealth in glory. We did what we could. With each liberation rite, we strive to advance our plan. A brighter future awaits at the end of our path. For now, we must persevere. Speaking of which, Rita, I take it you have seen the stars, or I should say the lack thereof? You have, or did once more. The sky is all abyssal darkness following the liberation rite. No stars illuminate themselves to guide you further on your path. Then let us go once more to Moonlight Alcove. I've an errand I must run. Besides, once we arrive, best we recover now and make our way southward at first light. Okay. Someone wants to chat though. Volfred. Following Hedwyn's liberation, you find Volfred smoking at his pipe, his eyes averted. He looks up and smiles as you approach. Hello, my girl. Excellent work back there. Thank you for your perseverance. Though I was just reflecting on how very fortunate I've been in all of this. Not just me, but really all of us who had a chance to stand with Hedwyn here. Ours is admittedly a somewhat desperate plan. It was vital to me, should the Nightwings rise again, that it be under proper care and guidance. I was just thinking how well Hedwyn served in that capacity. Whatever is to be the outcome of all this, no doubt his presence shall be missed. My agents and I were unsure of him at first, a common boy like that, completely unacquainted with the rites. But in the end I felt that he was worth a shot. Someone like him, sincere, determined, with loyal friends and desperate to get home. Those qualities spoke volumes. Then he falls silent for a time. I have every faith that he shall strive on our behalf, now in the Commonwealth, and it is my hope that he yet finds the one he sought. You and Volfred speak a little more of Hedwyn for now. You are left wondering what shall become of him in the Commonwealth. Okay. This is Shimmering. The Grease Stone. Okay. Anything new here? Oh, Tizo's biography. Okay. A couple of pages as well. Celestial landmarks. It's one on the Essence. The wing members of the Essence, each chosen by the Matriarch. Okay. And then we've got one on Mercy. Is that one of the scribes? Okay. I did want to take a look at, well, there's the planner here. So we've won 12, lost 0. Favor. The withdrawn have the greatest favor here, or the bog dwellers. Who's won the most? Oh, the Tempers. We might be facing them next, I'm not sure. The closest rival of the Nightwings. Oh, the Demon Ignarius. Okay. Right, till next celebration. Unknown. Okay. Well, let's carry on. You once again find yourself amid the hidden splendors of Moonlight Alcove. Here you can await the time until the stars deign to shine for you again. Let's bide our time. We've returned to a place of respite, but make yourselves comfortable such as you can. We are at the mercy of the stars, but I expect they shall shine bright again in time. As for me, I shall return by then, for there is something I must do. There from atop the sacred mountain you gaze down into the abyss that is the downside. You wonder when the stars shall align themselves once more. Okay. There up on the sacred mountain, you and your companions once more await the night the stars begin to shine again. The plan of which you are all a part is set in motion. The Commonwealth, a nation that stood almost for 1,000 years, is in turmoil. If your companions return there through the liberated Rites, what sort of place shall they be coming back to? Many moons pass. One evening amid a downpour with no interest whatsoever in relenting, Volfred requests everybody to convene. You understand he has an announcement of sorts. Soon everyone is assembled and Volfred regards the group. Everyone, there is an aspect of our plan which I have not talked about with you at length. Look around at your companions. What do you see in them? He lets the question hang a moment in the air. I'll tell you what I see in all of you, in all of us. I see in all of us a living vision of the 8 scribes themselves, each one among them hailing from the different tribes which later formed our Commonwealth. My observation does not come from pompousness. I think, rather, I believe the scribes themselves desired, or shall I say desire, such a course. Together they created all this ceremony of which we're now a part. The exiles liberated through their rites went on to found the Commonwealth, based on their values and their teachings. Thus, an instrumental aspect of our plan is to embody the spirit and the culture from which the Commonwealth arose so many centuries ago. That way, when we are all united on the other side in solidarity, the people all shall see that we reflect the values they yet cherish in their hearts, not merely our own. Anyway, we are still missing one key representative on behalf of Molten Milithay, and I happen to know a certain bog dweller who I think shall fit the part most splendidly indeed. He motions for someone to approach. A certain bog dweller slithers forward. You recognize her straight away. It is my pleasure to introduce to you a dear old friend of mine whom I believe you've met. Welcome to the Nightwings, Bertrude. The bog dweller called Big Bertrude utters something guttural by way of greeting. We are to understand that ye require further aid from us. Yes, dear Bertrude, the time has come. Bertrude here is far and away the most accomplished alchemist whom I have ever met. You soon will find that she knows much about the rites as well. Bertrude looks you and your fellow exiles each in turn. We frighten ye, apparent. Everyone is silent as Bertrude searches their expressions. Then tremble, small ones, and hold well thy tongues, lest we remove them. She takes her leave without another word. Please excuse Bertrude's blunt manner. I guarantee she shall more than make up for it. Everyone disperses. It seems now that the ranks of the Nightwings are complete. Okay, Bertrude has joined the group. Now then, my girl, perhaps you've noticed that the stars are bright once more up there behind those stubborn rains, meaning it is time that we go back to business. Indeed, once more, several stars shine bright within the cold and storming sky. Okay, we're going to choose a path. Haub, Orez, Jamur. Okay, 3 more options here. I think we'll go to Orez to challenge the Withdrawn. We've got the our own Bog Dweller. We'll see how she does against some of her own kind. You are set to re-encounter the Withdrawn, led by the witch Milde. However outlandish her intentions seem one ought beware of her. He then reveals what he has learned of her and her designs. Witch Milde, one of the Bog Dwellers and head of the Withdrawn, a triumvirate more interested in the legends of Yislak, the Astral-born, than in the Rites. Her kind was known to be reclusive in the Commonwealth, yet she was brazen in her disdain for common values. She practiced the unspeakable. Somehow, one day, her research into flammable regions grew into an obsession with Yislak, despite worldly held belief that he is dead or never did exist. But Umelde held that Yislak is merely dormant and shall someday be reborn with newfound hunger, which could only be sated by devouring the world. Then alas could Yislak return to his glorious home, and Umelde would go with him. When Commonwealth officials showed up to take Umelde in for spreading unrest, she was all too eager to comply. After all, the sentence to the downside meant being that much closer to Yislak's resting place, where she believed she had much work to do, whether withdrawn stood ready to assist. In short, the A-Scribe certainly would not approve of what she aims to do, so be careful in her presence, reader. And for now, good night. You bid the lone minstrel a restful night in kind, as it's too late to take flight, so you expect to press onward come daylight. Okay. Guess we can chat with her. Let's have a look at her stats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we've got 6 now. She's the crone. I guess if we put her in for one of the rites, she's going to get a lot of experience just waiting there. So she might actually level up twice. So quickness 11, glory 25, presence 20, hope 9, blast, wedge-shaped pattern, launches forward across great distances. Okay. Something is glittering here. Rites of the flame. Okay. Essential structure. 2 triumvirs stand in opposition. Standing next to the consecrated pyres. 3 act as 1. They extinguish the pyre of the adversary. Okay. Yeah, figured that. Searching the stars. Have I not read all this before? Stars shall guide you on, whether you succeed or fail. Before each rite. Okay, the preparations must be complete. Law of 3. During the rite, each triumvirate shall act as 1. Okay. Burning pyre. Triumvirates are to protect their pyres as they would their lifeblood. Seek freedom in the flame. The aura, a lot to read here. Exiles bearing the raiments in this book reveal their hidden inner aura in the colour of their flame. Banishment is fleeting, nonetheless seek the pyre's light and thus make your return. Kind of already know all of this. Okay, the orb is to be cast into the flame. Sure, the patch. In each rite we gain enlightenment. Whenever you prevail, your triumvirate earns favour. The cycle begins again. Kind of just going over the stuff that we've already figured out up until now. Takes place on the fall of Solium. Right. Anointed champion is liberated. Fantastic. Okay. Hello, Bertrude. You find Big Bertrude looking about the black wagon in a disapproving way. She fixes her gaze on you. Her expression doesn't change. Ugh, such a clutter added to this wagon since we looked upon it last, unsightly. We remember thee from our abode in flagging hands, then thou must be the reading one to whom Sandalwood referred. She moves in close, studying you. You recall that the mere touch of a bog crone of the southern bogs can induce paralysis or worse. That one such as thee can extract meaning from that term. 'Twas a feat we wished to witness for ourselves. Thy flesh has seen but the smallest fraction of the years which ours withstood, and yet we are expected to believe that thou canst understand the Book of Rites. Then she backs away, for someone else has joined you. Hail, Bertrude, madame. Is everything to your liking at this time, or is there something more which you require? Ugh. We have been unable to locate a supply of rotworm gizzard extract among thy belongings. Other than that, we shall lodge no complaint at present. It is possible that Volfred has a small supply among his possessions here. If you would care to accompany me, we may yet procure some. That would be agreeable with us. Then, after you, madame. As they depart, you think you see the lone minstrel nod his head your way. What's this? Bertrude's Dex. Unusual edge cards depicting the greater titans. Probably for curses. Ooh. Enchantments. Okay. Well, let's carry on. Continue on our journey. You rise early that morning, though Bertrude is already awake. She scowls at you. Good morning, reader. Bertrude, I trust your stay has not been too uncomfortable. Nay, Sandalwood, the comforts of this place are not for us. Fly us forth from here to lower ground. Let us get on with all of this. The reader here shall do so. Once the group is ready, I thank you for your patience. Okay, we're going to take off. Make our way down to Orez. This is where we need to go for the next rite. The cycle has begun again. Alright, we've got an option here. So, under King Pass. I'll find something of value. Tizo wants to fish for something. So, Gilman observes that this current to Hokvoros is teeming with fish. Do I care about the fish? I tried to give Tizo a fish last time. We didn't really find anything and he wasn't happy. I could try it again. Tizo. Alright, let's let Tizo have a fish again. I'm not sure why I'm doing this, but hopefully he'll be more successful. Volfred. Volfred is poring over a copy of the Book of Rites as you approach. He looks up at you and smiles. The Road to Freedom written in a book that hardly anyone believes exists, and fewer still can read and comprehend. Sometimes I marvel how absurd all of this is. Tell me something, though. I've spent so much time considering the book, but known so few with whom I could discuss it in much detail. You've had some time to turn through it by now, so what do you think? Worth all the fuss? It's a little bit tedious. It's skimmed it. Read parts of it, skimmed it. Skimmed it. You admit to Volfred you have not really read much of the book just yet. Indeed, all this time, and you have come this far on faith alone. Well, you are missing out as far as I'm concerned. It is a volume worth your while. I know there can be many distractions during travel, of course. He puts away his copy of the book with care. It is amazing that these volumes have survived for all this time, I think. Whatever they are made of has withstood the ravaging effects of time quite well. And the ideas there contained, they remain rather provocative as well. To think that the Commonwealth disavows of the existence of this book despite official recognition of the 8 scribes. Although the reasons why are in there, written plain, how fascinating that its secrets have been kept for all this time. Anyway, you'll have to excuse me for my extracurricular interest in its teachings. I used to teach a version of its history. To have access to the real thing has brought me some small pleasure. Let us be certain to preserve these volumes for whomever shall be next to use them. He turns his attention to other matters and bids you a good afternoon. Alright, let's search the sea. The sea is peaceful for the most part, save for occasional strange shimmers beneath the surface. You realise the lone minstrel is looking down at them along with you. Those shapes down there, some must be worms of the Sea Dominion, cast into exile. I understand they tirelessly fought the Commonwealth's wars, having grown weary of their own. They must make worthy adversaries. Skriha! Tizo appears to have spotted something tasty. Okay. Tizo dives without warning into the depths below. And there he goes again. That one enjoys being at sea despite its perils. Eventually the little imp resurfaces, clutching something in his claws. Tizo caught a spotted slurg. You could always sell it for 90. Okay. Fantastic, he did get something. His mentor or companion. I'm tempted to level up Tay. I might bring her in for the next liberation. Jody could do the level up as well. For 7 seconds after saluting her adversaries, Jody deals an additional 10 to the adversary's pyre, so she'll deal 40 damage. That would be amazing. Jody can banish adversaries by flinging the orb into them. That is pretty cool as well. Let's mentor Tay, actually. Me? Oh, of course. Please tell me something I don't know, if there's lots of it. You and Tay go over her understanding of her aura and its connection to her presence, both physical and spiritual, as the discussion proves informative. Almost 1,000. She didn't level up, but I think she'll level up after the next liberation. Okay, so this should be the location of the next rite. I might bring Jody, Tay, and someone else. Or maybe the Bog, the Crone. Tizo. Tizo seems to be in the midst of a conversation with the lone minstrel as you approach the two of them. The little imp appears perturbed about something. And above all, he was very, very loyal, fiercely so in fact. All throughout the land knew better than to underestimate him, in spite of his little stature. In that respect, Tizo, and in many others, I might add, your great-grandfather was very much like you. Career, huh? Tizo seems to be asking the lone minstrel to confirm he's not playing some sort of a prank. Hey, I'm being serious. Have you known me to be the jesting sort? Career whom? Tizo seems to be admitting the lone minstrel has always been sincere with him. Just so, then please do not denigrate yourself, for you are not only his heir, but you are my remaining link to him, and thus, to all of the 8. And more importantly, you are my friend. Keha! Tizo is grateful to the lone minstrel for his kind words and considers him a friend as well. The Nightwings need you now, more so than ever. Then the lone minstrel turns to you. Is that not so, reader? Of course. You concur with the lone minstrel's assessment of Tizo as a most remarkable and irreplaceable member of the group. He is an extraordinary imp, indeed. At this, Tizo rushes up to you and gives you an imp hug. Re-hug. Tizo is grateful to you for your kindness and your support of him. Tizo bounds off happily as the lone minstrel looks on. And there he goes. Thank you indeed, reader. Tizo sometimes loses sight of all that makes him special, a quality uncharacteristic of his kind, but not so much uncommon among yours. Once there was a time when he was the sole imp able to conduct the rites. Since then, however, other triumvirates have found imps with the capacity for it. They make for useful allies, no? More than willing to conduct the rites whilst having no desire to leave this place. Although little Tizo does have dreams of visiting the Commonwealth. In any case, I'm certain he shall continue to serve the Nightwings faithfully. The lone minstrel bows his head on his way out, bidding you a good rest of the afternoon. +1 hope for the next rite. Nice. Let's take a look at the shop. Hey guys, come on in. Say now, whatever happened to that Smiley Headwind guy? Did he really get out of here like I've been hearing, or what? He did indeed. Let's sell off the fish. We could buy this one now, the Lunar Glass, plus 10% movement. +2 presents. Oh, I want to buy the Lunar Glass, actually. Well, this is what Headwind was using. +3 quickness. Is +3 quickness better than the +10%? Oh, while carrying the orb. Oh, okay. That might be nice. It's expensive, though. Guess I could sell something else. Let's sell this. The Moon Crest. Oh, only for 10? Is that all? Thelium's Horn. Jody Custer Aura further and faster. Kerfang. +6 Pyre damage. Okay. That's fine for now. Oh, that's how you get a repeat customer there, Dad. Give him a deal. Okay. So, next time we're going to head into the next rite and face the Bog Dwellers.